Today on Celebrity Sweat. Today we're at Joint Base Lewis McChord. We are in a military gym. They do not mess around here. We're in Seattle, Washington with two of the Seagulls.
I'm Big John McCarthy standing here next to the awesome Alex Morgan, Women's U.S. World Cup winners.
Today we're at the Mariners facility with their chef, 6 fast questions with Seattle Seahawk, Michael Bennett, the training facility of the Seahawks with Coach C. What does it take to be a Seahawk? Today we're in Pike Place in Seattle.
Beef is always considered to be the high protein item for muscle building and exercise.
We're gonna find out what makes this place tick, and you are with me. Let's do this thing. Ow! I'm Eric the Trainer, and welcome to Celebrity Sweat. Well, today we're in Tacoma, Washington, right near Seattle, for a day to be spent with the military. Yes, we are going to be on a military base working with the chefs, the men and women, all the people that protect us. We're going to find out about their lifestyle, their eating habits, their exercise. And you're with me? Let's go. Today we're at Joint Base Lewis McChord, right near Tacoma, Washington. Let me tell you, the guys, the men and women here, they need to eat, and they need to eat healthy. So we're at the serving line. We're going to go in the kitchen in a second, and Sergeant Hawkins is going to explain.
We could take a tour through the kitchen so you could see basically our daily operations and how we prepare our food.
I see those eggs there. How many eggs do you guys go through a day? You must go through a lot.
Oh man, shoot, this is only one box. This box won't even last about 5 minutes. It won't last that long at all.
That's wild. Now, as you can imagine, here on a military base, they consume a lot of meat. Protein is so very important to these soldiers. Tell me about the amount of meat that these people eat.
On an average week, we say we cook about 100 pounds a week, depending on the head count for breakfast and lunch. It's delicious. The meat is very flavorful. The potatoes are whipped, and the vegetables are great. So I really, really like it. We are in a military gym. They do not mess around here. This is where the men and women of the military get into great shape. And TJ is going to explain to us what we're going to be doing today. TJ, take it away.
Eric, what we're going to do today is we're going to take you through one of the circuits that we do to prepare our bodies for the Army Physical Fitness Test and also just stand in shape for our mission.
Awesome. How often do these guys work out in here?
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes we're doing 2 days. So.
Hey, who's your gorgeous friend over here? Oh, wait, that's Big John McCarthy. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm just here to watch TJ and his men show us exactly what real working out is, not the pretty stuff, what is actual functional strength to get yourself in good condition so you can perform. He's going to show us ropes. What do you use the rope for? What is your purpose in using this rope climb?
It's a great overall upper body fitness workout, plus it tightens your core the entire time.
So if someone wasn't completely strong enough to bring their body up the way that you did, which is without the use of your legs, so there's a lot of dead weight hanging there. It makes it a lot heavier, a lot harder.
A lot of beginners, if you can actually sit down on the ground and climb up and then lower yourself back down until your butt's back on the ground.
Man, that rope climbing was really cool. What are we going to do over here?
Over here, we're going to do a monkey bar kind of circuit. It adds the upper body strength to the rope climb along with an element of agility as well, because we have to keep our hips up, keep our core flexed as we navigate around the monkey bars.
Man, this has been a very challenging day of exercise. Tell us what's next.
Next is it's a variation of the push-up. So to get your stabilizer muscles more involved, your lats, your triceps, and to really get that good core, what we do is we use the rings and a stability ball to make it that much more challenging. So what you do is you put your top of your toes on the stability ball, put your hands on the rings, and then try to go down. Keep yourself centered the entire time and raise yourself up.
If our viewers want to try a beginner's version of this, could they use a box instead of the ball?
They absolutely can. So it's still going to be tough on your core, which is a great workout, but to make it easier, use a box and use the rings to do it that way.
Now realize this guy is not only in great shape, but he's an Apache pilot. Man, how long have you been a pilot?
I've been a pilot for 9 years now.
Awesome. What's it like up there?
It's amazing. I can't describe the feeling. Honestly, we support the ground guys, and that's the best feeling in the world.
TJ, we're going to kill our abs military style. Describe to me the exercises we're going to do.
So we're going to tackle some leg raises, a little modified version. Come onto the ground, hit the obliques a little bit, and then the lower abs right after that.
Fantastic. And how many rounds do you typically do?
We'll go for about 3 to 5 sets, and rep range ranging from 10 to 20.
Awesome. So. Absolutely. Ready to rock and roll military style right here at Celebrity Sweat. We're doing something called a buddy carry. What is that all about?
The buddy carry is just putting a guy on your shoulders and carrying him. So we do that to develop leg strength and core strength.
So you guys train specifically to take your co-pilot or a passenger who might be injured away from a crash site?
Yes, that's why we carry them.
Guys are notorious for putting people through some grueling workouts. So in return, we're going to drag them across the football field. Let's go.
We're here in front of an Apache helicopter.
They're in this thing sometimes for 6 to 8 hours. They're bad dudes.
Now, when John was talking about bad dudes, he was talking about me. It's incredible in here. It's very tight. It's you can really feel that you're in battle mode. John, is it really necessary to exercise everywhere?
Everywhere you go.
Well, you've seen it all right here on the flight line. It's been an incredible day with these amazing pilots, and we had a blast.
We're here at Joint Base Lewis McChord with the Army and Air Force, and you're watching Celebrity Sweat.
Up next on Celebrity Sweat, we're in Seattle, Washington with two of the Seagulls.
I'm Big John McCarthy, standing here next to the Women's U.S. World Cup winners.
Every single game, every minute, you have to be performing at your best.
Today, we're at the Mariners facility with their chef.
Great flavor with the chicken broth and the pesto.
I'm Eric the Trainer, and welcome to Celebrity Sweat. Well, today we're in Seattle, Washington at CenturyLink Field, and we are going to be with the U.S. women's soccer team that won this year's World Cup. We are so excited. These women are unbelievable, and you're going to only see them right here at Celebrity Sweat. Abby, congratulations on winning the World Cup. What was it like out there? What was the intensity like?
Every single game, every minute, you have to be performing at your best, and that's why, Dawn Scott, our strength and conditioning coach, she made sure that we were all going to be 100% prepared for whatever the game showed us, and I think that you saw throughout the tournament, our team got better and better.
Hello, everyone. I'm Big John McCarthy, standing here next to the awesome Alex Morgan, Women's U.S. World Cup winners. That once-in-a-lifetime chance for most people. What was it like to win that?
One of the greatest feelings of my life, winning the World Cup, and celebrated with my teammates on the podium.
You guys just won the World Cup. Congratulations. It's unbelievable. What was it like out there? Tell me about the intensity of the game.
It was definitely exciting, but I think at the end of the day, once the whistle blew and we started playing, it went back to what we know. You know, we know soccer, and all the nerves kind of went away, but it was definitely an exciting time.
Becky, congratulations on all your success in soccer. Tell me, how intense is the physical fitness aspect of your job?
It's huge. I mean, when you actually clock how much we run out on the field, it's close to 6 to 8 miles every single game. So fitness definitely comes into it, especially in such an endurance sport like soccer.
You guys are running 6 to 8 miles in a game. All of the conditioning, what is it that you do to prepare yourself for not only just the game, but that long season that is part of being on the national team, going to different cities and playing? What is it you're doing to prepare yourself?
A season is very long, so you typically have around 4 weeks of preseason. That's 6, maybe 7 days a week, but on top of that, it's also the recovery that you give your body, whether that's ice baths or just getting active. And then after that, it's managing your body and getting some sort of consistency.
Preparation off the field, whether it be in the meal room, sprints in the weight room.
What about cross-training? Besides running, what else do you do to stay in great shape?
I do speed and agility, I do lifting, yoga. I mean, it's kind of, soccer is one of those sports that really you can do so many things and it adds up onto the field.
Awesome. Any tips you can give nutritionally to our viewers about before a big game, but you have to eat something because you don't want to conk out on the field? What do you eat before a game?
I actually eat a pretty big breakfast. I'm a pretty big breakfast person. Eggs for the breakfast and some cereal right before the game to get some quick energy in.
How have you seen the game itself, the physicality of the game change over the last couple of years?
Well, I think you've seen players more dynamic. It's very important to be more agile and quick in your movements.
What advice would you give young women who are coming up through the ranks?
I would say just always be ready. You never know who's watching you. You never know when your opportunity is going to arise. So really just take every moment, never take it for granted, and just don't, you never know who's watching. So just always be at your best.
There's just so much opportunity, so much more opportunity than 20 years ago. And I think for me, what I would tell myself when I was younger is nothing comes easy, and that it's going to take just a lot of sacrifice and hard work.
One of the valuable things that I've learned throughout my career is how important off the field stuff translates to on the field performance, whether it be eating, hydration. You know, for me, I was a young kid. There wasn't the science 20 years ago that the science is now. Listen to your body, but if you give yourself the right performance and put yourself in a position to have the best habits, you'll have that one step more closer than I did.
I can't believe what they do athletically, personally. They're so beautiful, they're so talented, and they're only here on Celebrity Sweat. Today, we're in Seattle, Washington at the Mariners facility. We are in their locker room. We're going to have such a great time today. We're going to be with their chef, and we're going to see the food that powers them to be a great team and also could power you to look and feel your best. You're with me. Let's go. Hey, we're in the kitchen with Chef Jeremy, and we were just talking about how the game of baseball from a nutritional standpoint has changed over the years. What's been your observation?
Yes, so when I started back in 1999, it didn't seem like there was that many guys really concerned about nutrition like they are now. You know, I mean, a lot of guys eating burgers and pizza. I mean, I used to have, just here in the locker room, you know, we would have a hot dog roller, a pretzel machine, nacho machine. You know, it looked like a 7-Eleven in there sometimes.
You're getting Big John McCarthy excited.
You can't ask for any more than hot dogs and pretzels in the clubhouse. Come on.
Yeah, it's funny because some of the old school guys still like it that way. But as the game has evolved and the players are learning more about nutrition, you know, the young guys getting called up, you know, they're coming in eating super healthy food. I mean, chicken and vegetables and maybe brown rice before the game.
Eating healthy is eating smart, and it's being smart as far as being a professional athlete.
Well, they are a lot smarter now. They're lucky to have a guy like you in the kitchen working with them and preparing the right foods. What kind of stuff are we going to see today?
Okay, so today I have a chicken vegetable pasta dish, and a lot of players like to get the carbs in, get the protein. They don't want it to be too heavy, obviously, before the game.
We're going to have some home run pasta up next.
I have a little garlic rosemary chicken breast. I can't believe it's not butter. A little penne pasta, fresh chopped basil, just chopped it just now. Freshly grated Parmesan. Pre-roasted some vegetables. A little homemade pesto, garlic basil oil, and chicken broth. And this is a dish that a lot of guys will have just before they take the field. You know, it's a pregame meal kind of a deal. Okay, so we're gonna start right now with a little bit, I can't believe it's not butter, garlic basil oil. A lot of these guys love vegetables here. You can throw a little veggies in.
Grilled vegetables.
Yep, and I already chopped up the chicken. And a little chopped garlic. Okay. We have a blast in here. A lot of players like to hang out in the kitchen, so we usually have the music bumping, and everybody's in here all the time.
Awesome.
All right, so penne pasta.
Man, it smells so good.
And you know, I usually have to make this pretty fast. I mean, guys are ordering different things.
You're on the fly, rocking and rolling.
You're on the fly. And a little chicken broth. Fresh basil.
That looks like some delicious pesto, yes. Big John, what do you think of the smells?
The smell is unbelievable right now. It is so aromatic. That pesto, when you put it in, all of a sudden it was like boom. That's what you want to smell. I'm looking at him going, yeah, I'm a taste tester. It's all right.
Just like MMA, this guy's ringside all the time for the best action. Whoa, that's looking incredible.
All right, so this would be about a portion for one guy normally.
And now I have to taste it. And I feel bad about tasting it because it's a work of art, but I'm going to taste it.
He's going to ruin your work of art, but I think it's worth it.
All right, well, I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, super light, but great flavor with the chicken broth and the pesto. It's really a good combo.
Man, what a blast we've had here at Safeco Field. Thank you so much, Chef Jeremy, and thank you so much, Big John McCarthy. It was a blast. I can't wait for what's next. After refueling with the Mariners chef, Big John McCarthy and I met up with two of the Seattle Seagals to get some fitness advice at the Seattle Children's Hospital. Well, today we're in Seattle, Washington with two of the Seagals. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Hope, and I'm from Texas.
Awesome. And?
My name is Melanie, and I am originally from California.
And they're going to show us an incredible exercise that keeps them toned. What's it called?
We call this the dancer squat.
Okay. And how often do you do it?
So we do it most every practice during our warm-up. It's the great lunge to get, you know, the side area.
Pretty intense, especially when you do it for a long time. The more you do it, the more you feel it. And as dancers and performers, it's really important to keep our legs really strong. So that's why we do it every practice.
All right, so you're gonna start facing front. You're gonna step to the side, out to the right. Take your left arm, squat all the way down and touch your right foot. Step back up with your left foot and repeat with crossing your right foot all the way behind your left. Really squat all the way down. Try to get your knees almost touching the ground and squat. And keep going. Keep repeating that move back and forth, side to side. You're gonna start to feel it and let the burn. You just gotta enjoy it. Keep going the whole entire song.
An incredible burn for your side gluteus maximus. Now, for those of you at home that tried it out, take a photograph of yourself and put it at our Celebrity Sweat Facebook page. We'll check it out for sure. Up next on Celebrity Sweat, Seattle Seahawk, Michael Bennett. Today we're in Pike Place in Seattle.
Beef is always considered to be the high-protein item for muscle building and exercise.
The training facility of the Seahawks with Coach C. Quicker, push, good. I'm Eric the Trainer, and welcome to Celebrity Sweat. Well, today we're in Seattle, Washington, home of the Seahawks, home of the Mariners, and you are with me. Let's take over this place. While we were in Seattle, we had to stop by the historic Pike Place Market, where we got an exclusive lesson about meat and nutrition at Don and Joe's Meats. And while we were at Pike Place, we had to try the world-famous fish throw, too. Today, we're in Pike Place in Seattle with MMA legend Big John McCarthy and Don from Don and Joe's. Don, tell us a little history about this amazing meat place.
Well, we've been here since about 1969 as a family business, and before that, maybe another 50 years in the family. Beef is always considered to be the high-protein item for muscle building and exercise. I got some examples of meat that's maybe a little bit leaner, all the way to well marbled. And for one thing, the Beef Council wants you to have a recommended portion of 3 ounces of beef, and I don't know if I could have put my kids through college if everybody ate 3 ounces, but this is a little ribeye. This is a flank steak, and you know, for years I've been down here, guys that were trying to work out and build muscle mass would always come in 20, 30 years ago and buy flank steak. It seemed to be the traditional thing to buy. Right. And that's a leaner cut of meat, a lot of protein there. Then we have a cut that's a little bit more common where you're from in California. This is a tri-tip. We have it up here in the Northwest also, but it's a triangle-shaped piece of meat, a little bit leaner. It's good on the grill in a big piece like this, or we've staked it and have it as a steak special with our seasoning on it. This is a, maybe you've never seen this one. This is a skirt steak. This hangs inside the rib cage of the animal. If you got friends from Argentina, they might have cooked it with the skin on like that, but usually it gets peeled. It has a pronounced grain on it, a little bit more marbling, real unique flavor to it, and it's a fun piece of meat to try on your grill. And then finally, if you're splurging and you've been on the elliptical and you've been working out and you say, man, I deserve a 24-ounce steak. This is a dry-aged rib steak with a small bone in it here. You throw that on the grill, and that's what I call pumping it up.
Oh. This all looks so delicious, and you know, my friend that eats the most steak is actually here with us. Big John McCarthy is going to come over and tell us what he thinks of these cuts of meat, and it's quite a selection that you have here. John, does this look like a typical day at the grill?
This is a typical day of happiness right here. This is a good day.
This is an example of our dry-aged prime rib that we've aged for a couple weeks back there, then cut into steaks. That's where this comes off of. Oh, wow. So it adds a lot of flavor to it.
Now, for our viewers out there that aren't familiar with the way that meats are prepared, why would you want to age the meat?
Well, aging is a process where we have it hung back there, just exposed to the air, that's just kind of like a fine wine. It gets a little bit more flavor to it, and kind of sets you apart as being a finer meat shop when you can sell something like that.
We are in the meat cooler with Big John McCarthy and TJ. And Don, what are we doing in here? What's going on?
Well, I heard you wanted to get an all-natural workout, so I hung up some beef here that you might use as a speed bag and help tenderize it for ground beef tomorrow.
The big thing is, you know, we learned a lot about good meat, good proteins, what's important to look for. That's the most important thing. This was fun. That was educational. That's what we're looking for.
And that's what it's all about right here at Celebrity Sweat. Well, today we're in Seattle, Washington at the home of the Seattle Seahawks. In the facility itself, right here, the training facility of the Seahawks with Coach C. Sir, it's such a pleasure to be here. Tell me, what does it take to be a Seahawk?
Well, that's a great question. I think you have to compete every day. Everything you do, you have to compete. You have to work hard. You have to work as a team. It's just the whole win for everything that Coach Carroll puts out.
Excellent. What exactly do you guys look for in a player?
I think not only do you look for the five-star athlete, you look for the five-star guy. We want to find those guys who are not only exceptional athletes, but also exceptional teammates. All right, now we're going to go to a stability push-up. This works the core, this works the back, this works the whole body right here. On the dumbbell, he's going to go ahead and row with the right arm, row with the left, push up, boom. Again, row. What we don't want to see is any rotation here. We want the core to stay stable. And one more. Pull. Perfect. Perfect. That's it. Great job, Eric. Good. Stability push-ups. This is a clean pull now, okay? Clean pull is just like the med ball throw we did out there. So what he's going to do now is going to do the same triple extension with a quick move. Ready? And up. Push. And down. Remember, we're going to come up on our toes. Push. Boom. Great. Quicker. Push. Good. One more. Hit. Boom. Good. One of the most important things as a football player is grip strength. I don't care if you're a running back carrying the ball, an offensive lineman pushing on a defensive lineman, or a defensive player making a tackle. Grip strength is the most important thing. Now this is only 120 pounds, probably not as much as you usually do. And up, and go ahead and stand up. Okay, now where do you feel that?
Grip. This is pure athleticism. It's the opposite of what we do in Hollywood, and it's such a blast here in Seattle at Celebrity Sweat.
I'm Michael Bennett, a.k.a. Black Santa, and you're watching Celebrity Sweat. Yeah.
Well, we're in Seattle at the home of Michael Bennett, amazing Seattle Seahawk, and we're with Kevin, who's the head of his foundation now. It's based in Hawaii. And tell us, what's the mission of the foundation overall?
The biggest thing about the Bennett Foundation is really educating the public. My overall mission is just to get out there and change the mindset of people, when it comes to our kids. Making sure our kids eat the vegetables, making sure our kids get outside and exercise.
Today we're going to have 6 fast questions with Seattle Seahawk Michael Bennett. First question, favorite song to work out?
Favorite song to work out to is the Isley Brothers, Between the Sheets.
I don't think I know that one. How's it go?
It goes, between the sheets, no, it's an old school song.
That's a good song. I like it. Favorite cheat food, cheat meal?
Gelato.
Any specific flavor?
Southern pecan.
That's a good one. If you were on The Walking Dead, what character would you want to hang out with to live?
Rick.
And if not Rick?
Glenn.
Glenn. Well, Glenn, you and I are good friends. What about Tyler? Tyler Williams?
He died He died in the worst type of way.
That's true. He did get ripped apart by zombies. That's a bad question. Favorite color?
Favorite color, hunter green.
And favorite play of your football career?
When the clock was ticking, we won a Super Bowl.
Nobody can say that except for this guy right here at Celebrity Sweat. I'm Eric the Trainer, and welcome back to Celebrity Sweat. Well, today we're in... What town is this, by the way?
In the case that we go down, we might have to carry our buddy out.
Whoa. That's a pretty dark thought. Is this Tacoma? Feeling kind of wobbly legged here in Seattle.